I'm absolutely delighted that I've won this award. To be top of the PPL's People Artist Chart of 2013 is a huge achievement. I'm very, very happy to have won this award.
Olly Murs is clearly pleased to be topping PPL's 2013 People Chart for Most Played Artist, and rightly so. PPL's People Charts are compiled from music usage and airplay data from broadcast outlets, as well as public performance locations such as pubs, clubs, bars and shops across the UK. Back in 1986, Cutting Crew enjoyed worldwide success with their hit song I Just Died in Your Arms. It's a song that still gets regular airplay, and thanks to PPL, the musicians who performed on the recording, like keyboard player Tony Moore, still earn an income today.
I just died in your arms tonight.
Well, of course, Died in Your Arms has become a perennial hit. Wherever you are in the world, you'll probably still hear it somewhere on the radio or on a TV show or even in a computer game. PPL is like your secret partner in creating an income stream that you might not even realise exists. Little bits of money coming from all these different projects that I've been working on, and I think there are still maybe hundreds of musicians losing out on income streams that are just waiting for them.
As someone who's been a band member, a record label owner and is now chairman of the Scottish Music Industry Association, Stewart Henderson is well positioned to appreciate the importance of the work PPL does.
We operate in an industry where the pursuit of revenue from any source is becoming increasingly fraught. Chemikal Underground is an independent record label, much like any other, in the sense that we're engaged in a rolling firefight with cash flow. The importance of PPL and the revenue that can quietly accrue in the background that they collect on our behalf, it's impossible to overstate that. Could Chemikal Underground try and track down some of those revenues ourselves? Possibly. Would we have the time? No.
PPL is celebrating its 80th anniversary, having started life in 1934, with the aim of ensuring that those who invest their time, talent and money in making the recorded music we all love to listen to are fairly paid for their work.
The revenue that PPL collects on behalf of its members is very, very important, both for legacy and important for the next generation. There are many artists and producers who have produced records in the 60s and 70s and 80s who may have had not particularly good recording contracts. So that revenue is absolutely essential. And in some cases, that may be the only revenue they're getting. But for the new generation of artists and producers, that revenue could be the start of the next phase of their career, especially as record sales very often are quite small.
CEO Peter Leathem explains why the work of PPL is so important to the industry.
There's no doubt over the last 10 years there's been a seismic shift in the music industry. It used to be for many years that record companies and performers were making enough money from selling CDs. Now it's a rather different story as CD sales have declined, and yes, there's been the rise of digital downloads and streaming, and so the PPL income has been growing, but it's also become a much bigger part of the overall music industry pie, if you like.
With PPL, we do collect for the performer and the record label, so it is very important that you do hold both licenses, sir.
We look after about 7 million recordings on behalf of 90,000 members. We receive details around about 60,000 new recordings a month, and then we license that to hundreds of thousands of licensees for billions of seconds of airplay. On the internet, the diversity increases that much further, which means you have more different recordings to match, to make sure you have the ownership correct, make sure you have the correct performer lineup. So generally speaking, licensing is reasonably complicated. The digital age makes it even more complicated.
For recording companies and record labels, digital distribution of recorded works throws up additional challenges when it comes to monitoring monies due from public broadcasting, as Martin Mills, founder and chairman of Beggars Group, explains.
I think as a record label and an investor in people and music, you have to look at performance income these days as being a core part of your return from that investment. Sales, licensing, distribution, you have to look at them all, and that PPL income can make all the difference between success and failure at the end of the day.
For Tony Moore, the importance of PPL has never been more apparent. While he continues to earn money from his time as a recording artist, he's now promoting the artists of the future, and by paying for his PPL licence, ensuring that they'll be properly rewarded for their contribution to the music we all want to listen to again and again.